process one is something like this, guys. I'll just tell you. Let me just glance at. You know, reversing loop. It works in the reversing loop. Okay. You can use for loop also. You can use while loop also. It just depends on the data in the reverse order. For example, if I have three data like this, okay, let me take it three data. For example, I'll just select 7, 3, and I'll tell 9. I'll tell it. Okay, 7, 3, 9. Now this has an index 0, 1, 2. Right, 0, 1, 2. I'll tell it. Okay, right. Look, whenever in selection sort, what happened is same like a selection sort only, but it is similar to that one itself, but in the vice versa. In selection sort, what happened now? Now you're taking this element and you're comparing with all the element, right? But in insertion sort, what happens is you're taking this element, you're selecting this element, but you're comparing with the previous element. Now, when you select this element, do you have the previous element, guys? You don't have the previous element. That's the reason in insertion sort, you will not start from 0, you will start from 1, such that you should compare this with this one. You got this point? You got this point? That's the whole point. You need to work on it. That's all it is. That means you want to start the element from this one. From this one, you want to start it and compare it. When you start with this element, this will compare with this one, and this should compare with this one. There are some terms and conditions for this. That condition makes what insertion sort. Okay, first thing is, okay, what I'll do now is, okay, we'll play with this. Okay, we'll sort this three data and we'll look on it. Now let's say I am selecting what? I'm selecting what? A of 1. I'm selecting it what? A of 1. Right? I'm selecting it what? A of 1. Now this A of 1 should compare with whom, guys? Should compare with whom? A of 0. Right? I'll compare with what? A of 0. A of 0. If it is less than, if A of 1 is less than A of this one, I will what? I will swap it. How do I swap it now? I can swap it, but I want to insert it. How do I insert it now? Listen. There is an insertion concept. There is no swapping here. Insertion. You can also swap it, but swapping doesn't make the insertion sort. Insertion sort means you need to insert a data. That's what the insertion sort means, right? Now look on here. When I do this, if A of 1 is less than A of 0, I want to take a data here and I want to put it this way. That means whatever you have it in this place, what is that? In A of 0, I should put it into A of 1. I should put it into A of 1. Right? I should put it into A of 1. If this condition is true, whatever you have it in A of 0, you put it into A of 1. You put it into A of 1. Okay? So this one will go and this data will come here now. Now there is a chance of losing this data, guys. I might lose this data, right? When I move this data to here, I might lose this data. That's the reason I will copy this data before only. Value equals to A of 1. Whatever you have in A of 1, whatever the data you are selecting it, that data I will copy it. Already I will copy it in A of 1. In value, there is one variable called as 3. Right? Value called as what? 3. I'll copy it. Why I'll copy this value inside the value, whatever the variable is, why I should copy it? Because when I do this operation, when I'm moving the 7 to here, then this data I might lose it. Right? I will lose it. That's the reason I will copy it. Now what will happen? Now this should be repeated. This condition should be repeated. Right? Now I have compared with what? 1 and 0. I have compared with what? 1 and 0. Now I want to compare this instead of 1, here afterwards, instead of 1, I will compare with what? Instead of 1, what I can write it? Instead of 1, how I can write it? Because in 1, I have 7 right now. Now I cannot be 1 now. It cannot be for everyone. What I need to write it now? I want to write what? Value. Now value is what? 3 now. Why? Because this data might be changed, right? If I tell A of 1, this place might be changing it. That's the reason I'll write what? Value. Now what I'll do it now? Now this has been compared. This value has been compared with what? 0. Next one, it should compare with whom now? Do you have anything now? you don't have anything. That's the reason I will just sell it as this should be greater than 0. The whatever the indexing, for example, if you are using j is equal to 0, you'll start with j is equals to what you'll start it with. You'll start with what? 1 minus 1, right? This j should be what? Greater than 0 or greater or equal to 0. Take it, greater or equal to 0, and value, whatever the value you have at 3, this should be what? Less than a of 0. Confusion guys, confusion. It's confusing. I'll just tell you now. Okay, I'll just tell you one more thing. Okay, and I will do this, and I'll go for the programming. Look on here. Now let's say, let's repeat this. Okay, let's repeat this. Okay, 3 and 7, 3 and 9. Let's repeat this. Let's start from 2. Let's start from what? 2. Now what I'll do it now, whatever you have in a of 2, I'll put it in a value. Now 2 will become, this will become what? 9. Now what should my j value? There is one j variable. What should my j variable? J variable should start from where, guys? J variable should start from where? 2 minus 1 is nothing but what? 1. Right? 2 minus 1, 1. And this should be repeated. That's the reason I'll put up in a while statement. Okay? I'll put up in a what? While statement. Now what I'm going to do it now? If j is greater than or equal to 0, yes. And I'll tell us 9. 9 is less than a of 0. 9 is less than a of 0. 9 is less than a of 0. Sorry, a of 1. Or else I'll tell like j. Now 1 is in the word j, no? I'll write j. Is that less than j? No. What I'll do it now? I will not do anything. Okay, I will not do anything. What I'll do it now? Wait a second. J is greater than 0. Yes. And while value 9. 9 is less than a of j. Okay. I got it. I'll take a new data for you, and I'll start it from the first, because this element should be sorted, right? That's the reason. Look out here. Now when I do this one, neatly I will tell it. Okay, 3, 9, 2, 5, 6, 7 I will tell it. Take care. 6, 7 I will tell it. There's a 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 I will tell it. Okay. Now when I tell, I will start from where, guys? I will not start from 3, because the insertion starts if you select it in selection sort, it is comparing with this element. Now in insertion sort, what will it compare? It will compare with this element, the previous element. Why it is comparing with the previous element? There is a reason. I will tell you that. Okay. Now since there is a no element here for 0th element, there is no element. That's the reason I will start it from where? 1. I'll start from always with what? 1. Now I have this. I will assume that I have only these two data in my array, 9 and 3. Right? When I tell 9 and 3, I'll come here. I'll make it what? 1. I'll start from 1. Okay. I'll start from 1. There is one variable I is equals to 1. I'll start it. I'll start from 1 now. I'll come here and I will make it value is equals to what is 9. I'll make it what? Value is equals to what? 9. That means what? Whatever I have value of I, I'll put it here now. Generalization, I'm doing it now. Whatever the value of I you have it, instead of a of I you have it 9, I'll put it in a value. Now what I'll do it now? J is equal to what? I'll do it now. Instead of 1 minus 1, I'll just tell it what? I minus 1, I will tell it. I'll make it what? Generalization. Okay? I'll make it what? Generalization. I'll just write up the program for you. Okay, I minus 1, I'll tell it. I minus 1 is done, right? I minus 1 is done. Now I minus 1 is what? J is equal to what? 0. I will not write this one. Now since J is equal to 0 now, 0 is greater than or equal to 0. Yes, condition is true. And 9, whatever the value you have it 9. Okay, value is less than a of j. A of j is what? 0 now. A of j? No, condition is what? False. It will not go inside this only, right? And it will remain like that only. That means this one is sorted. This data is what? Sorted. Now the thing comes, I will become what? 2 now. Now I is pointing to here. Now this should compare with whom, guys? This should compare with this one and this one, right? It will come to here and value will become what now? A of 5. What is A of 5? 2. Now instead of value of 9, I'll make it what? 2. Now j will start from where, guys? J will start from where? J will start from 2 minus 1 is what? 1. This is like a reversing loop now. Reverse loop, you know, right? In that way it will work now. Now we'll come to here. J is greater than 0, guys. Greater than or equal to 0? Yes. J is 1. 1 is greater than or equal to 0. Condition is true. It will come to here. Value. What is value now? Value is what? 2. Whether 2, here it is what? 2. 2 is less than 9. 2 is less than 9. Yes, 2 is less than 9. What I'll do it now? I'll come here and I'll tell it something like this, guys. Whatever you have it here, I'll put it to here. That means whatever you have it here means what? Whatever you have it in A of j. Instead of A of 0, I'll write what? A of j. You put it in where? A of j plus 1. Like a bubble sort. Remember bubble sort logic? Whatever you have it in A of j, put it in where? A of j plus 1. Now this will become what? 7. Now I might lose 2. I might lose 2, but I have a backup now. Right? I'll put it where? 7 here. I'll put it where? 9 here. Now 9 is gone here. Right? Now I'll do it now. I want to make j minus minus. J is equals to j minus 1. I'll tell it. Looping means this should be there, right? This is the start, this is the condition, and this is what is thing. Now j will become what? 0. It will come to here. J is greater than or equal to 0. Yes, j is greater than or equal to 0. Right. Now what is value? Value is 2. What is A of j? In A of j, 3 it is there. Right? It is what? 3 now. Now what do you have it in 3 now? 2 is less than 3. Yes, condition is true. What I'll do it now? I'll come here. A of j plus 1. What is A of j plus 1? What is A of j plus 0 plus 1 is what? This place. Right? Whatever you have in A of j, put it in A of j plus 1. I'll put this 3 over here now. Right? Now j will become what? Minus 1. J will become what? Minus 1. And it will go to here, whether minus 1 is greater than or equal to 0, guys. Condition is what? False. It will come out of the loop. Now whatever I have 2, I want to put it in this location. That means what? J is what? Minus 1. I'll put what? This 2. 2 means what? Value. I'll come out of the looping statement. I'll come out of this, whatever the value you have it, whatever the value you have it, and I'll put it in where? I'll put it in where? A of j plus 1. J is what? Minus 1. So if I put plus 1, it will become what? 0. That's all it is. Right? That's all. J plus 1. Okay. Here it is A of j plus 1. Okay. One more iteration will do it, and we are done with this. Okay. So we have 3 now. I is equal to what? Now this data is sorted, guys. Now if I put 2 here, 2, 3, 9. This data is sorted now. Right? This much is sorted now. Right? Now I'll come for 3 now. When I is equal to 3, now j should run till for 2, 1, 0. Right? J will become, value will become what? Value will become what? Whatever you have it in A of 5. In A of 5, what do you have it now? 5. I'll put it 5. And what will happen now? J, I minus 1 means what? J will start with what now? 2 now. J will become what? 2, 1, 0. Now, j is greater than 0. Yes, j is greater than 0. Value is what now? Now it is 5. 5 is less than 9, guys. 5 is less than 9. Condition is what? True. 5 is less than what? True now. Now we'll come to here. Whatever you have in A of j. J is what? Whatever you have in A of j. I will come to and I'll put it to here now. Now I'll make it what? J is equal to j minus 1. Right? J will become what? Instead of 2, it will become what? 1. Now I'll come to here. J is greater than 1. Greater than 0. Yes, greater than or equal to 0. And value. What is value? 5. 5 is less than 3. Condition becomes what? False. Condition becomes what? False. Now what I'll do it now? The condition becomes false. It will come out of it. Right? If it is less than, if it is not less than 5, it is not less than 2 also. Right? Because it isn't a sorted element. Right? That's the reason. Right? It is coming out of it. It is coming out of it. What I'll do it now? Now j element is what? J is what? 1. Sorry, j is what? 2 now. It was 3. 3 it become 2. And sorry, it will become what? 1 now. Right? J is what? 1. I'll come out of the loop and I'll tell j plus 1. When j 1 plus 1 is what? 2. In place of A of 2, it will put what? Value. What is value? 5. Now this 5 will come here. This is the right position to insert the 5. I'm inserting this value here. That's the reason it is 5 here. That's the reason it is called as what? Insertion sort. I'm inserting this value here. Right? By this line, it is called as what? Insertion sort. This is the line. It is called as what? Insertion sort. And this will go on. Okay? This will go on like this. Okay? This will go for 4 also. This will go for 4 also. This will go for what? 5 also. But it should start from where? 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? So that's the beauty of insertion sort. Now I'll come to here and I'll write the program for that. Right? How do I write the program for it? Now I'll come here and I'll write it like this. Def I'll just as ins, I'll just like a comma len len, I'll tell it. Okay, I'll come here. Now what I'll do it now? First thing is what? I'll need to run this looping for I in range of. What I'll do it now? I want to start from 1, not from 0. You know why it is not from 0, right? Until length, okay, till the end of the length, whatever it is, you'll run it. Okay, I can write this condition in a looping itself, but I want to write it in a reverse formation. I'll write two conditions. That's the reason two condition is not possible, I guess, in the you know in the for loop. But I will use it for while. Instead of this one, I'll use it for while. How do I use it while? Now before that, I want to copy what value. Inside value, what will copy it now? A of 5. Whatever you get it, A of 5, I'll copy it here now. And I'll initialize to 0. J is equal to what? I minus 1. Why I minus 1? If I becomes 1, it should compare with 0. If I becomes 5, it should compare with 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, like that. Right? That's the reason I'll put it what? While this is a small condition, J should be greater or equal to 0, and value should be what? Less than. Value should be what? Less than A of J. If value is less than A of J, then only you swap it. How do I swap it now? Whatever you have it in A of J, whatever you have it in A of J, right? Whatever you have it in A of J, put it inside A of J plus 1. This is like a bubble sort logic, right? Just throwing it. And after that, you do it what? J is equals to J minus 1. You will do it. You will come out of the while loop and you will tell like what? A of J plus 1, A of J plus 1 equals to value. Here it is, the insertion sort happens. You are inserting a value to the right position. You are checking which is the right position and you are inserting this right position, right? And you are doing this one, right? Now I'll do it now. I'll just tell like what? Insertion sort here, ins, and I'll tell like what? Ins here, ins, and I'll run this program. Look on here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 11, 44, 55, 66, 77, 90. Okay, that's all this. Okay, just a rough thing I'll tell you. Let's imagine this is what the sorting is. Okay, this is what the sorted data is. Okay, this is what the sorted data is. Okay, for example, like this: 1, 3, 5, 7. 1, 3, 5, 7. I'll just as 9, and I have something called as 4 here. Right now, 0, 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right now, this much is sorted. Now, this much is what? Sorted. Now, I is in where? Last position. I is where now? 5. I is what now? 5. Now, this much is sorted now. Right now, I is over here. Now, what I'll do it now? I'll put this value, whatever the value you have, 4, I'll put in a value. Value is equals to what I'll do it now? A of 5. I'll just put it now, right? I'll just put it inside A of 5. Now what I'll do it now? A of 5, and I will do it something like this, guys. I will do it something like this. I will start comparing with what? 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. I want to start with 4. That's the reason I'll tell start is equals to I is equals to, so J is equals to I minus 1. Why I minus 1? It will start comparing from 4. Now before that, what I want to check it now? I want to check it whether J is greater than 0. It should be greater than 0, right? That is what the boundary I'm checking. And whatever the value you have it should be less than A of J. Then if it is so, what I'll do it now, you will swap it. A of J plus 1. It's like a jumping thing. Okay, you're just shifting it. A of this one is killing me. A of J. Okay, and later on you want to decrement it. Whenever the looping is coming, you need to have a start, stop, and update. I'll update I by J minus 1. Why J minus 1? It should be 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. That's the reason I'll make it what? J minus 1. Right? Now what I'll do it now? Simple thing. A of I is there. A of J is starting from where? 4. Right? 4 is greater than 0. Yes. Value. What is value? Your value is nothing but what? 4 now. 4 is less than 9. Yes. 4 is less than 9. What I'll do it now? I'll do this operation. What will happen now? Instead of 4 here, 9 will come here. Since I'm losing this value, that's the reason I'm storing it in a value variable, right? Later on, what will happen now? J minus minus will happen. J minus minus means what? J will become what? 3. Now 3 is greater than 0. Yes, 3 is greater than 0. And value is what? What is value? 4. 4 is less than A of J. 3. A of J, yes. Now what will do it now? 7 should shift to here, right? Whatever you have in A of J, whatever you have in A of J, you should shift to A of J plus 1. Now 7 will come to here now, right? Again, what will do it now? J is equal to J minus 1. J minus 1 will become what? 4. Now what will, sorry, 2. Right, it will become what? 2. 2 is greater than 0. Yes. What is the value? 4. 4 is less than A of J. What is A of J? A of 2. Yes, it is less than. What I'll do it now? Whatever you have in A of J, whatever you have in A of J, you put it to A of J plus 1. And I'll put it to 5 here. Again, J will become what? J minus 1. It will become what? 1. J is greater than 1. Yes. That's the reason I'll put it while here. Right? While here. J is greater than 1. Yes. J is greater than 1. That's the reason what I'll do it now. Value. What is value? 4. 4 is less than A of J. What is A of J? 3. 4 is less than 3. Condition becomes what? False. It will come out of it. And I will tell you, this is the rightmost position to 4. How do I tell it now? I'll just tell like A of, what is J, guys? What is J now? J is what? J is what? 1. I want to make it 2. That's the reason I'll write J plus 1 and I'll tell like what? Value. And this is what inserting is called as. This one is called as what? Inserting this data to here now. This will come what? 4. Now this entire data is what? Sorted. And this concept is called what? Insertion sorted. That's all it is.